New Orleans in the 90s. Whew. Let me tell you something, man. Hot. And these parts gonna be something. Let's take it to the projects alone. In the Third Ward, you had the Callio, which they pronounce Calliope, but we say Callio. The Melphamine and the Magnolia, better known as Mac Melf Callio, right around each other. Go further uptown in the 10th Ward, you had the St. Thomas Project. Now let's go downtown. Right around the French Quarters, in that 4th Ward, you have the Iberville. Go up Orleans, not too far from the Iberville, is the Lafitte Project. Take it downtown again in the 7th Ward, that's St. Bernard Project. Still downtown. The Zaya and the Florida in that 9th Ward. People don't know. The Zaya Project was the biggest project in New Orleans. We talking about big. BDP, everybody know what I'm talking about. And right behind it was the Florida Project, right next to each other. You can go across the river, which still Orleans Parish. They call it that 1.5. You had the Fisher Project. Now the 17th didn't have a project, but they're still the 17th. Holly Grove, Gertown, Pigeontown, and so on. And the East, let me tell you something. Even back then, you couldn't play with the East like that. Now think about this. All those hoods and projects piled up in one club every weekend. Every weekend piled up in one club in a 9th Ward. What you think gonna happen? Club rumors on this episode of Nola's Notorious. I remember Master P coming up in there, right when he was beginning with No Limit. And MC Heavy was the DJ. And I was there that night, and Master P wanted to sign autographs because he had did a concert or whatever. Everybody was like ignoring, like, who was Peep? That's how much the first generation of bounce, that's all they wanted to hear. Nobody cared about real rap. You had to probably be a national artist. The West Bank did a lot of, I'm not going to call it real rap, I'm going to say hip-hop. The West Bank did a lot of hip-hop, but everybody loved bounce. So when P wanted to, nobody came up. And I was like, man, whatever, man, I'm not gonna damn about that. Heavy said, this is what Heavy said. Heavy said, look, see, y'all don't want to come up and show this man no love? Like basically getting at the audience, y'all don't want to show this man no love? Y'all want to act like that? When this man go big, y'all gonna want to kiss this man ass. When this man get big, y'all gonna want to kiss this man ass. Before you know it, boy, not even a year later, we talking about $350 million later. He wasn't lying. That same exact night, we gonna call him Larry. Larry goes to the 8th Ward. He's on his way to Club Rumors, but he decided to go to the 8th Ward and stop by his girlfriend's house to do whatever. When he gets there, he noticed another dude there. She's sliding. So he gets into an argument with her. The dude that was there, we gonna call him Brown. He jumps up to take up for her. Him and Larry gets to fight. Fight broke out, police was called. Fight broke up, over with. Well, before he got to Club Rumors, Larry leaves to head to Rumors, but before that he meet two of his partners at Hank's Seafood. Hank's Seafood was 2-3 blocks. Was 2-3 blocks from Club Rumors. Everyone hung out there either before they hit the club, during the club, or after the club. They hung out at Hank's. Hank's had that spicy seafood, that spicy crawfish. New Orleans loves spice. Every parking lot pimping, it was just, everybody hung out there. So they stood there for 30 minutes, got some liquor, and all three of them head to Rumors. They get to Rumors, security like, man, you can't get in here with that liquor. So they stood outside drinking. They decided to walk around close to the tracks where some of the cars was at. And when they did that, they run into Brown. So Larry tells two of his partners what happened, and they like, what? Next thing you know, they go to arguing again, and all three of them jump Brown. After the security broke it up, which I'm thinking was police, security broke it up. Everybody went their separate ways. Larry and one of his partners went walking back towards Hank. The other one stayed there. Brown left. Brown will return in the red Chevy. Brown goes in the trunk, pull out a chopper, see one of the dudes that jump him, and go to spraying. By this time, Larry and the other dude, they hear the gunshots. They don't know what's going on. Then next thing you know, the police shooting by, and they go running towards Rumors too. And when they get there, they find out their partner was dead. You understand? Now, at this time, I'm still upstairs. When I come down, this is what I heard. I don't know how true it is. For it's this part what I'm about to say. The other stuff I'm saying is pretty much documented. This is a case that went to trial. The dude was caught. But when I got downstairs, Cash was telling me that the dude, Brown, we call him Brown, got that chopper out the trunk and was walking towards from across the street, was coming because it's like a neutral ground. Hit the neutral ground and was coming. They said security saw him, which, if I'm not mistaken, was policemen. Went into his car and locked the door. Because I guess he saw that assault rifle. And Brown started shooting. Hit one of the dudes that jumped him 7 times. Dead right there. This type of stuff happened at Rumors all the time. This time, I was there. And when I got downstairs, it looked a mess. Club Rumors. Club Rumors was a club owned by Peep and Sal, man. It sit right there. If I'm not mistaken, 810 North Claiborne. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But if you coming from, let's say you coming from Canal Street, riding down Rampart that turn into St. Claude. Once you pass Franklin by that McDonald's, you go about another 2 blocks. Right before you get to the train tracks, before you cross over into the night ward, that is a night ward. Right before you cross the train tracks, you look to your left, it's a building sitting there. It's a tall building. That used to be Club Rumors. Man, let me tell y'all. Club Rumors, it'll remind you of if you ever been to New York back in the days, the rooftop. When you enter Club Rumors, you enter through the front door. Matter of fact, Pete or Sal, whatever, they'll be sitting right there taking the money. These Italian cats. And you go upstairs. And once you get upstairs, that's the flow. Packed, you hear me? Packed with everybody. Listen to me, man. From uptown to downtown, from the east, everybody went to that club. It was the spot. You walked in there, you saw big medallions, you saw people with money, people getting money, people that was making thousands of dollars a day up in there, females up in there doing their thing. But this club was dangerous, man. Every weekend somebody was getting knocked off, damn near. And you know what? They always try to close it. They try to close it down. But if you know New Orleans back in the 90s, that wasn't happening, you know. That's another story. If you know New Orleans back in the 90s, that wasn't happening. They kept trying to close Peep down. That went on for years, man. That went on for years. An incident I had in Rumors, man. We'll try to make this short. It was me and the crew I was with, and it was all my fault. Bad decision making. Wasn't thinking. Wasn't taking anything serious. A cat I met in the receiving tip. I'm not going to mention his name. I didn't meet him. I always knew his face, but we never talked. And you know how it is. When you're in the receiving tip, we was at OPP. I seen a familiar face. We went to running it. You know. I don't think it was nothing serious with me, but I think it was serious with him. You know. We realized we could help each other get money, so we gave each other numbers. You know, it was house numbers. You had your own, you didn't have cell phones and all. If you did, it was rare. When he got out, he finally caught up with me. I guess he been calling me. I'm never home. You know what I'm saying? He been calling me. He finally caught up with me. He wanted to, meet up. I said, look, meet me at Rumors. It was a noisy club. I don't know where he coming from. It's noisy. In case he taped up. Meet me at Rumors. He said, man, I'm not good at Rumors. I said, what you mean? He said, man, I got problems with dude down there. I said, man, you gonna be all right, you with us. Now, I did have a pager or a two-way. I can't remember what it was, and I gave him that. Now, I'm guessing he go give us heads up when he get there. That way, we go down there, get him, and walk back up with him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He just came upstairs. Now, I remember this because that's the only reason why I mentioned this cat name, Misdemeanor from Partners in Crime. I remember Misdemeanor from Partners in Crime as he was coming through the floor. It's like a little skate ring or whatever. When he got to the beginning, I remember him speaking to him. And then they left. And as he got to the middle coming towards me, because I put my hands up like I'm over here, we over here by the DJ booth. Man, it looked like somebody wind their hand up and cocked back to Africa, was coming through the the other side of him, and bow, caught him in the chin and slid him. Now, I shot that way. The people I'm with, like, why is Smoke, what's Smoke doing? Because they don't know him, but I know I called him up there. So I shot back that way. Bam! Ran into the dude that hit him. We in the mix. They come out. His boys come. It's a big fight. Now, make a long story short, I know you don't let nobody leave the club first. Because back then, New Orleans and probably everywhere else, if you let them leave that club first, they go and get a thing and they waiting on you. So I'm nervous as we leaving. And then we parked damn near by Hank's, which is like a block or two down. But we got to the car, everything cool. I'm thinking everything cool. Soon we made that right on Franklin. To head home, to get to the interstate.
I didn't know you used to drink Long Island iced tea, but I was drinking it that night. Ooh, the guy got fucked up. Steve from Throwback. Oh, nigga, that's Throwback. Oh, nigga. I said, hold up, Steve. We can't do it. We ain't in Canada. We can't do that in here. I said, God, it don't make no sense to do it in here. It's like, nigga, that's why. Yeah. Shit, nigga, they went to put us out of there. We were fighting about. We fought the bitch till the sun come up. I'm talking about, man, we fought the bitch for so long. People got tired of looking at the fight. They were just getting in their car going on. That's how long we were fighting them niggas. We were fighting them niggas for some hours. They'll kick us out. We'll come back in, fight some more. They'll kick us out. Boy, that was a long night there, boy.